Welcome back to Extra Time, everybody. I'm Greg Lawless alongside Shep Messing and Jason, the producer. Act 2, champing at the bits. Well, MLS teams, they started their Champions League group play last week, and 2 out of 3. Not too bad, right? Houston got a win, Columbus got a win, DC United did not. DC didn't really look very good. I thought Columbus looked very solid. Houston, just a 1-0 win against arguably the weakest team in their group.
In those 3 games, DC played the most of their reserves, and I think
that's true.
They clearly got hurt by Greg Janicki being out on the field.
Again with the Janicki.
Probably one of the worst games.
Sorry, pal.
Probably one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. I mean, I think he knows it. You have to know that.
Yeah.
So, can DC compete in Champions League? Yes, but if they do, they need to put out their starters. They need to play, the Emilios, Morenos, Gomez. They need to be on the field if they're going to compete.
Look, I think all 3 teams from Major League Soccer in this CONCACAF Champions League tournament have taken a renewed interest. They were embarrassed last year. I thought Houston and Columbus, they did their job. In group stage, you have to just get a win at home. I know you could say run up a score.
I argue that Houston should have done better at home to get more points because goal differential makes a difference in group play.
But in group play, if you
take
win at home and get a point on the road.
If you take care of business, if you win your games at home, if you get a couple draws on the road, you're going to advance. Okay. Top 2 teams advance. I don't think you can worry about goal differential. Worry about
We've seen goal differential matter in group play so many times, so it's one of those things you do have to take into account.
I agree. If you can get that second or third goal and you're playing at home, absolutely. But first, protect home court, get your maximum points. DC United, the only one of the 3 really with a little bit of a struggle.
Well, all 3 are playing on Wednesday night in their second match in group play. Houston has to go down to Panama to face Arribe Unido, who came up with a huge upset of Pachuca, 4-1. It was in Panama, and Pachuca played, I don't know, they must have played their 14-year-old, their under 15 team. DC is at home to Toluca, and Toluca is a very good club in Mexico. Right now, second in the overall standings in Mexico. But probably the biggest game, and the one that's going to be the most fun, Columbus at Cruz Azul in Mexico City. Smog, altitude, Gerardo Torrado, Ramon Nunez on that team for Cruz Azul. It should be a good game.
I think this is big for Columbus because they had the week off in MLS.
Yep.
They've been preparing for this. They have a weekend game at the Red Bulls on Sunday, which they can probably play their second team. This game can be a great test for what an MLS team can do. That's firing on all
He started shaking his head.
I totally disagree because for Columbus, write this one off. I think it doesn't matter. They need to get their job done at home, to get out of group play. The difficult game is for DC United because they're playing a good Toluca team at home, but they're also grasping for straws in terms of the playoffs. So they're looking forward to a weekend game in Major League Soccer that's desperation for them.
DC's out of the playoffs right now, and they have to go to Chicago. They need to do something. I kind of agree with you. I think that Columbus could write this game off, not worry about it. It's one of those games where you say, all right, of the group schedule, that's the one game we're willing to lose. We're not even going to try, almost.
I think with the week off in MLS, with the time to do it, they have to prove to themselves, prove something for our league.
You're still an American guy looking for a miracle in Mexico City.
Wow, it doesn't have to be a miracle. Columbus is they're the best team in MLS. You don't think that they can compete against Cruz Azul?
When was the last time an American team at the club level or national team level won a game
in Mexico City?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's happened. I'm saying it could happen on Wednesday.
It could. Although you have to be prepared for the rest of the season in MLS, and maybe you don't, wear your guys out on that one. Well, with the playoffs tightening up in MLS, and as we just talked about, DC trying to get in, every team needs some player to step up. You need one guy really who's going to take the team by the scruff of the neck and say, come on, we got to do this. So we thought we would look at some of our favorite difference makers and who we think needs to step up for their team heading into the playoff race. So, Shep, let's start with you.
Surprise! I'm going to go with a goalkeeper, Matt Pickens for Colorado, because I like
so close to picking Pickens.
I like the way Colorado plays with the ball going forward, getting into the attacking third, but Matt Pickens is the one who I think, coming into this season, I had great expectations for him. And at moments, he's been brilliant, but he hasn't been that consistent.
He hasn't been that game winner they needed.
And that's what Colorado needs right now to solidify a spot in the playoffs.
Jason, what do you got?
Well, the guy who I'm thinking is going to take his team to the next level, and he started to do it this past Sunday, is Freddie Ljungberg. Now, Seattle, without...
Started to do it. The guy's had a great season.
Here's the thing. He has had a great season, and I've been one championing him when other people said he shouldn't have made the All-Star team.
Right.
I said...
Okay.
If you think he didn't deserve to make the All-Star team, you haven't been watching him. But
MVP, you like him as an MVP.
Without Lundberg in the lineup, Seattle's a completely different team. With him in the lineup,
That's
they
true.
attack, they are quick in transition, they put the ball in the right places, they pass a lot better. So he is key for them. If they're going to stop their slide, they kind of dipped. If they're going to stop that and get back into the, locking up their playoff spot, Lundberg's the guy who's going to take them there.
Well, right now, Seattle's battling with Chivas USA in that wild cards for that sort of top 2 wild card positions. And so I'm going to go with the Chivas USA guy. You know who I'm going with. Sasha Kleshtin.
Yeah, that's a guy I was going to go with too. So
as soon as I was watching the game and he got the 2 goals, and the first thing that came to my mind was, Kleshtin is back. And that means problems for people out west, I think. If Sasha Kleshtin picks up his game to the way he was playing last year and the way we all know he can play, that's going to be trouble for everyone in the West, especially come playoff time. So,
totally agree.
Couple of good difference makers right there to watch as the season wears down and gets toward the playoffs as we get closer. That's all we have for you today on Act 2. But on Thursday in Act 3, we're going to look at a couple of teams on the brink that need to get some results this weekend.